Hello, Gina. How are you today? Hey,
Hi,
Gina.
teacher. Hi, teacher.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, teacher. What about you? How was your weekend?
Well, it was hard.
Why was hard?
My weekend it was so hard. It's been like studying a lot, working hard. I had to take the Saber Pro exam. I didn't have so much time to relax. That's why I had to postpone some class. I have to call him off because of the time. Anyways, here at my apartment, well, was anyways. How about yours?
It was also a little bit bored, a little bit bored because last weekend I started to work with a private school.
You started to work?
Yeah, in a private school with
Hmm.
with the ninth, 10th, and 11th grade.
Really?
Yeah, and
Congratulations.
thank you, teacher. And it has a lot of responsibilities, and also with my baby, with the university, the assignments, the works. A lot of things to do, but it's kind of that makes me better person, and it helps me in my English learning process.
Is your first time
Yeah.
teaching?
No, actually, it's the second time I did this. Yeah. First one, it was in a public school,
Right, right. Pretty good, but
and yeah,
it's an experience that you
yeah,
will gain. It was for your background, and that is
yeah,
great. It's great, and
yeah.
it's you said this private school, right, or public school?
Two. The first
No.
time, the first time I teach, it was in a public school.
Okay, the first time
But
I taught
yeah,
is past
yeah,
tense, right?
yeah, past tense, right? But now actually, I'm working in a private school.
Private school, good. And
Yeah,
when did
yeah.
you start?
Last Wednesday.
But it's kind of strange because all the schools are about to finish.
Yeah, but yeah, it was because the teacher has a lot of things to do in the school, and he had to find someone who help him
I
with
got
those grades,
right,
to
right, and
finish to take the grades.
good.
Yeah,
And are you happy with those courses?
yeah. At the beginning, it was a little difficult because they didn't know me and they were like, kind of reject me. But now they the things are getting better and we're getting along very well.
Right. And how about the money?
Yeah. Well, by the way, I wanted to talk to you about it. They're paying me 10,000 pesos per hour.
Hmm.
Do you think it's
How
good?
many hours a day?
Well, Monday I have 5 hours. Monday. On Wednesday I have 2 hours, and tomorrow I'm going to have 4 hours.
So what is the tally? How many hours a week?
How many what, teacher?
How many hours a week?
How many hours a week? 11. 11.
How many hours?
11. 11.
11. So
11.
yes,
11
11.
hours.
Now 11
11.
hours is
11.
going to be 11 times 10 equals 110,000 a week times
Yeah.
4 equals like 500,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think
But
it's good or it's bad?
okay, how do you feel?
Well, teacher, I do not feel comfortable because the principal of the school wanted to pay me. By the way, I talked to her today, and she told me she's going to pay me 7,000 pesos per hour. And I was like, no, I can't. I can't
That's
do this.
ridiculous.
I can do this because I have a baby. I had to find a nanny to take care of her. I also have to spend money on taking a motorcycle to take me there. You know, the transportation to take me there because the school isn't near from my house, and well, all those things. So I told her yes. I told to her today. I told her, sorry, I can keep going with this if you're going to pay me this. So she told me, well, I'm going to talk with the teacher, and I'm going to see what we're going to do. So I called the teacher when I came out from the school, and he told me, no, I don't, do not worry. I told to her, and she told me that um, she's going to pay you 7,000 pesos, but the other is of the money is going to be my responsibility, so they're going to pay me 10,000 pesos per hour. But I really think that I deserve more because I'm really doing an excellent job. I'm giving the best of me. I have to wake up really early. I have to wake up at 4 a.m., 4 o'clock a.m., because I have to prepare my baby's food first, and I have to be there at 7 7 no 6 o'clock a.m. you know and there's a lot of responsibilities, and they just want to pay me what they want. so
Right.
so I told with my parents, and they told me, no, you just have to take this and finish until November 20 20 of November 20.
November 20th.
Exactly, November 28th. And that will that will be all, because I'm not going to accept that.
Right, right. But don't forget that you have to look to see the good side of this
Yeah,
experience
yeah,
is that
I
you
know.
have no
Yeah,
experience, you are
yeah,
gaining experience. It's going
yeah,
to be good for your background and your CV for the
yeah,
future. And at the beginning, well, we don't make a lot of money as we want because we don't have experience. All right.
yeah.
And how do you get experience? That way, which means
Study.
that at the beginning we have to it's hard, but
Yeah,
is the only way you can get experience. All right.
yeah, yeah. I know that I'm gaining experience, but I'm also giving an excellent job. And well, but I think that it helps me a lot. But I can keep going with the paying.
Right, right. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah,
Okay, Gina. Now let's get to the point.
yeah,
For today, you have some activities that I already sent you, and
yeah.
I'm ready here to hear what you prepared.
What did I prepare for the class?
Hmm.
Well, I've been working with this topic a lot of times, but I have to be honest about the fever. And fever, then I didn't know that. Yeah, it's new for me. But about the more than and less than, yeah, I've been working with
Okay.
them. Yeah. Okay. So, you told me on the email you sent us that this class is going to be participate with our mates.
Right,
Is
but you
what
didn't have
they said.
mate. It means that
Yeah,
you're going to do it with me.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So let's get started.
Okay.
Gina, um, I'm planning to go. I'm planning to go on vacation
Yeah,
in December. I want to
yeah,
go to Medellin, and I
yeah,
have another chance to go with someone else, but the other person, which is you,
yeah,
you are interested in going to San Andres Island.
yeah.
But I want to go to Medellin, but you want to go to San Andres Island.
So I
Why
have to
don't
tell you.
no? Why don't we go
Yeah,
to Medellin instead of San Andres Island? What do you think about this? For me, Medellin is better because you have in First, Medellin is larger.
Yeah.
Medellin has more malls, has more places to visit than in San Andres Island. Because San Andres Island is very small and you don't have any place to go. In 3 days that you go to San Andres Island, there's nothing else to go. I mean, there's nothing else to do. You have no places to go. In 3 days, it's over.
Well, I'm going to have a conversation, kind of agreement with you, or just give my point of view about San Andres Island.
You are going to San Andres Island. I'm going to Medellin. But please,
So I have to tell you what I think San Andres Island is
you have to
better for me.
convince me that San Andres Island much better than Medellin.
Okay, well, first of all, San Andres Island is more beautiful than Medellin. You know,
Why?
because it has a lot of places. It has a lot of view, amazing view, the sea, the sun. The hot, warm of the weather there. The weather. Um, I think it's more relaxing than Medellin because Medellin is too crowded. It's a place too crowded. It's too crowded than San Andres Island. You know, San Andres Island is a place where you can go with your wife or with, in my example, with my boyfriend, and have a really good time, relax. Forget about the worries. Um, we can also spend a night in the sea. That is something we don't have in Medellin.
But don't
So
forget. All right, go.
so I think, my opinion, that San Andres Island is better than Medellin because Medellin is, for me, is too crowded. There's a lot of pollution in the air. You know, the environment. There are a lot of people. Well, I have to admit that it's a nice place. But in my opinion, if you ask me about, uh, or to put me two places, Medellin between San Andres Island, I will choose San Andres Island instead of Medellin because, in my
Okay.
opinion, it's more relaxing, it's more
Right.
beautiful, it's more yeah, more romantic than Medellin, in my opinion.
Okay. Gina, I have to tell you two things. Number one, San Andres is more expensive than Medellin. First, because you have to go by plane, and after that, after paying the tickets, you have to pay a card, which is a tourism card, which costs 100,000. Is extra money. Number two, everything in San Andres is island just because it's an island.
Yeah.
San Andres is very small. I mean, there is no potable water. All the water is salt water. And like I told you before, when you spend 3 days in San Andres, there's nothing to do. There are no
Yeah.
places to go. The transportation is terrible. It's horrible there. Only motorcycles,
Creo que la
only
bebé se despertó. Creo que ya se despertó. Sí. Disculpe, teacher. Keep going. My
okay.
baby was crying.
Okay, only motorcycles in taxis, and taxis fares are very very high. I mean, when I went there, let me tell you that it's very expensive, and I don't want to go there because it's too small. It's too small, and the condition is it's very hot there, hot and humid. No, no, no. But if you go to Medellin, you know that the weather there is cool. Sometimes it's warm, but in the evenings it's great. I mean, you have a lot of places to go. You have museums, you have party, you have discotheques, you have malls. Everything is cheaper than San Andres Island.
Well, teacher, I get the point you gave me. It's acceptable. Mm, well, but I don't know if I had the money and I have to choose between. I have. I really want to know San Andres Island. Medellin, I don't know. I get the point you gave me. It's really understandable, but I don't know.
Okay, the point of this conversation, you have to convince me, not me. I don't have to convince you. You have to convince me and use comparative and superlatives.
Um, but we have to talk about only San Andres Island, or we
That's
can
the situation I
change.
gave you. I get the situation I gave you, right? So you have to convince me.
Teacher, and what if we change the situation? I don't know.
Okay, give me the situations.
Well, I'm going to give you a situation. Um, I'm going to invite you to two different places.
Okay,
No,
which
I
are
will
they?
invite you.
Which are
I
they?
will invite Coveñas
Mm-hmm.
and San Antero. Have
San
you heard about
Antero.
Coveñas in San Antero?
Yes, I've heard about Coveñas and I've heard about San Antero too. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're two different places. You know,
So where do you want to go?
I would rather to invite you to Coveñas, and I'm going to tell you why. I will invite you to Coveñas because Coveñas is more safe than San Antero. San Antero is fewer safe than Coveñas. You know, there are a lot of dangerous people in San Antero. Um, Almost all the gangsters around the Zona Caribe are safer. Yeah, safer. I got the point. I get the point. I was about to say, but I wasn't sure about this. Safer, safer. Yeah. Thank you, teacher, for the correction. Well, you know, we all know here in the Zona Caribe that um, the gangsters and dangerous people are in San Antero, which I'm not telling that if you go to San Antero, they're going to kill you. No, but we choose to go Coveñas because it's safer. Yeah. Uh, um, in addition, Coveñas is also more is more touristic than San Antero. Its beaches are more beautiful than San Antero. Um, San Antero beaches are more um, dirty, dirty, dirtier. Teacher, ¿lo dije bien?
Keep talking.
Pero, pero yo quiero saber si
I'm
estoy
taking
hablando.
notes. I'm taking notes. I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay. San Antero beaches are more dirty than Coveñas. Um, Coveñas is more fun. Is the most fun place. If you go there, you will find a lot of things to do in Coveñas than in San Antero. There are a lot of hotels, a lot of homes there. If you wanna go with your wife, you can stay there, and it's gonna be cheaper. It's gonna be cheaper than San Antero, because in San Antero there's not a lot of people, you know. So San Antero is fewer crowded than Coveñas. Coveñas is more crowded, and it is more beautiful. It has a lot of things to do, um, and in my point of view, is the best beach.
Okay. Gina, you haven't convinced me about going to Coveñas or San Antero.
Why?
I'm not interested in going to Coveñas. I want to go to San Antero instead.
Why do you want to go San Antero, teacher?
because if I don't know how to swim, if I go to the beach, I can get wet. If I go to Coveñas for being just a touristic place, I have to pay more money. It's more expensive than San Antero.
No,
In San
no.
Antero, you can ride a donkey, you can ride a horse, you can eat typical food. You can eat,
Have you ever come to San Antero?
of course. Even
Are
in
you
San
sure,
Antero,
teacher?
there is a festival called Festival del Burro. Is that okay?
Yeah, but
That's right. I can ride there. I can ride a donkey or a horse if I want to. But if you go to Coveñas, that's not possible.
well, in my teacher, that's the point. Everyone has different points of view, and how do I do to convince you about it? If I tell you something, you tell me no, I'm not convinced of this. So
Okay.
I'm not able to convince you because in my opinion, Cueñas is better. When we're going to the beach, my family and I all go to Cueñas. San Antero is
Right.
well.
This
I'm
is
going to
the
tell
tag.
you. I'm going to tell you a
Is
personal
you?
experience, a
Is you?
personal, really, really, really personal experience about San Antero. Once we were on the beach with my family, and we were just, on vacation. We were, and then a group of gangsters came up to the place we were and start to asking my family money, asking money to my family. And my family, pues, en ese momento, in that moment, they didn't have money to give them. So it was terrible because they start to amenazar a mi familia y todo eso.
Threaten.
Sí, and they even tried to kill one of my cousins. So in my personal experience, that's the reason why I don't like to go to San Mateo. You know,
Okay.
it's in a safer place for me. There are a lot of people who has come to San Antero, and they think the same. Isn't a safe place. There are a lot of gangsters, a lot of thieves, a lot of bad things happens there, and then um, all the cachacos and all the people from Bogota and Pasto, Nariño, when they come to the costa, they go to Coeñas. There's a good point about Coveñas. It has station police around Coveñas, all around Coveñas, which is something that it doesn't happen in San Antero. You know, in my opinion, that's the reason why I like prefer, why I like and prefer Coveñas instead of San Antero. You
Okay.
know,
Good.
if you're going on vacation with your family, you just want to be safe. You don't want something bad happens to you and your family.
All right.
Yeah, and there are a lot of luxury and beautiful hotels in Coveña. There are a lot of entertaining place for adults and children. There are a lot of disco bars, a lot of pools, and a lot of things to go, and things to do. And in my personal opinion, that's the reason why I prefer or I'd rather go to Coveñas instead of San Antero. You
Okay.
know,
All right.
that's my point of view.
All right.
Did
Good.
you?
I respect it.
Did I convince you, teacher?
No, no. I respect your point of view. Number
I
one, you
I
can
give up.
find okay. You can find bad people in bad situations everywhere you go. Bad things and bad people everywhere you go. All right.
Yeah,
In Colombia, is the same thing, right? There are some others that are more dangerous than the others.
yeah,
Number one. Number two. Um, I gave you a situation in which we're supposed to work. You decided to change it.
yeah,
And if you change your mind because of choosing San Antero and Coveñas, was your decision, not mine.
yeah,
The instructions were clear and they told you you have to do this, and this. I gave you the situation. You had to follow the instructions I gave you. In this case, you acted as the teacher, and I respect it because you're a teacher. But you know, I gave you one situation in which you had to convince me. In the other, say that, I mean, in the instructions that I typed you there, I told you the teachers is going to be always against you. What is the purpose? The purpose is to make you talk.
Yeah.
The purpose is to contradict everything you said.
Yeah.
Why? It's not because I don't like San Antero. It's not because I don't like Coveñas. It's because I want you to talk. Because you will find people who will be against you, who won't be in favor. I mean, in favor of you. That was the point. If I gave you the situation, you had to follow that situation. All right. Here I typed what I saw on your conversation. Just read them.
It's not
Okay.
correct.
You say Coveñas is more safer. You say Coveñas is safer. San Antero is fewer. Fewer what? I didn't get it. I didn't get your point. San Antero's beaches are more dirty. In that case, say, are you following me? Are you following me?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
reading. I'm reading.
San Antero beaches are more dirty. Instead of are more dirty, you say San Antero's beaches are dirtier.
Dirty.
Okay. The pronunciation of that word is not hotel, it's hotel.
Hotel.
Yeah, it was not correct. The other is the connotation of come up is not what you meant. I mean, you said because you know some people came up with. I didn't get it. All right. So the instructions told you that you have to be prepared for all kind of comparatives and superlatives.
Yeah.
All right. So next time I send you some information, please follow the
Sure, but
instructions.
I also want to tell you something. I also want to tell you something. You,
Yes.
if you send me the email, uh, a week, si usted me envía si usted me envía lo que vamos a hacer en la clase una semana pues antes, por lo menos hoy o de pronto mañana o el viernes, usted me envía lo que vamos a hacer el miércoles, pues ya voy a tener mucho más tiempo de estar preparada para la clase. Pero últimamente pues veo que me llegan los correos 2 días o un día antes de la clase.
Un día no pudieron
Entonces,
haber llegado, Gina, lo siento. Un día no te llegaron antes. Primero.
o sea,
Segundo.
2 días
Segundo.
antes, por eso es lo que le estoy comentando.
Perfecto. Primero. Segundo, ese tema de comparativo y superlativo ya debías haberlo sabido. Uno.
Sí.
Dos. Las instrucciones las di en la guía, pero yo no te voy a decir en la clase, perdón, en la instrucción no te voy a decir lo que vamos a hacer en la clase. En la clase yo te estoy diciendo, te estoy dando las instrucciones como tienen que ser. Y durante esta clase, durante esta sesión te dije, vamos a hacer esto y esto y esto. Voy a escoger 2 lugares de los cuales tú me tienes que convencer a mí. Y la idea no era expresar tu punto de vista si te parecía que había pandilleros o había cualquier otra cosa en San Antero. La idea era que tú me convencieras a mí utilizando comparativos y superlativos de acuerdo a lo que yo te había dicho, porque San Andrés y Medellín estaban perfectos para poder ir. Yo te dije, nos vamos de vacaciones, tengo 2 tiquetes, uno para acá y uno para acá, convénceme de que San Andrés es mejor y yo te tengo que convencer a ti de que Medellín es la mejor. En ese momento tú cambiaste las reglas del juego, independientemente de que yo te haya mandado hace 2 días eso.
Okay.
Y no te la habían mandado precisamente porque tú me estabas pidiendo las notas, y las notas las mandé. No sé si ya las recibiste.
No. No las he recibido.
Perfecto. Las notas las mandé y las notas deben ser migradas. Ya eso sí no me corresponde a mí porque yo pues las mando y ellos las tienen que subir.
Ellos las suben aquí
tú las tienes que recibir. Tú las tienes, todo lo que son basic tienen que recibirlo de la forma.
Por correo.
Debe ser por correo o en alguna plataforma que ustedes tengan. Pero lo de los 2 días, pues te comento que no es una excusa. Sí es fue una falla mía no haberla mandado con la semana anterioridad. Lo que pasa es que yo tengo que preparar la clase para todo el compendio. Así como te tengo a ti, te tengo otros estudiantes que están en la misma situación que tú y en el mismo nivel que tú. ¿Está bien? En ese caso, pues yo presento disculpas por no haberte mandado eso con una semana de anterioridad, pero en 2 días creo que es posible. Y
Ok,
de tener ocupaciones las tenemos todos.
ok,
¿Está bien? Entonces, por
ok.
favor, revisa a ver, ya será mañana, a ver si te migran las notas o te hacen saber. ¿Está bien? No ha pasado nada.
Me llegó un
Ajá.
correo en el cual me dicen que lo califique usted,
Ah, sí, eso te lo mandé yo.
pero, pero no me sale absolutamente nada. O sea, me sale, le voy a mostrar.
Sí, sí, yo sé,
O
porque
sea,
yo intenté hacerlo también y me salió lo mismo. Pero, o sea, eso ya es cuestiones
entonces no sé qué
técnicas,
pasa ahí.
son cuestiones técnicas que ya sí se salen de mis manos y voy a arreglar eso
Ok,
esta misma noche, hacer en la noche porque debo trabajar ahora. Entonces,
perfecto.
pues en la otra situación va a ser el próximo miércoles, ya sabes, te estaré mandando, hoy es miércoles, debe ser el viernes para poder reunir todo el material y mandarlo a un solo grupo de estudiantes. ¿Está bien? Entonces,
Profe, usted debe tener en cuenta, pues, no sé, o sea, yo creo que del grupo usted soy la única que estoy trabajando porque los demás no los veo.
no, no,
O sea,
no, no están ella.
sería chévere también trabajar con los compañeros porque, o sea, yo a veces siento que estoy bajo mucha presión, o sea,
¿Por
a veces
qué?
siento que tengo, pues, con usted, profe.
No, para
Ya.
nada, para nada. Si te has dado cuenta, lo que he tratado en este curso es que los hay y pues que se den las cosas de la mejor forma. En los otros cursos sí hay personas interactuando, pero no depende ya de ti ni de mí. Son
Exacto.
estudiantes que como que se registraron o se inscribieron o se matricularon y no han asistido. Por tal motivo, pues yo no, ahí sí no puedo hacer nada, ni tú
Okay.
tampoco.
Okay.
No te sientas, no te sientas de pronto intimidada, simplemente pues la idea de este curso es que tú desarrolles tus habilidades del habla y lo desarrolles de la mejor manera. Tener una persona, siempre va a tener una persona que va a hablar contigo. Hola, hola,
Sí, profe, yo lo estoy escuchando.
perdón. Siempre vas a encontrar una persona que va a hablar contigo, que te puede hacer ciertas correcciones y eso debe servirte para un crecimiento, ¿está bien? No para que te
Okay.
sientas mal, sino para un crecimiento. Las notas que escribo aquí en el chat es con el fin de que lo tengas en cuenta en cuanto a cosas de pronunciación y demás. Por eso en los tips para ayudar a mejorar, decía y la vez pasada que tuvimos la clase, te dije más o menos cómo es la pronunciación de los verbos en pasado, verbos regulares. Siéntete pues tranquila de participar en esta clase y no olvides que un profesor o un tutor siempre quiere lo mejor para el estudiante, aunque el
Okay.
estudiante no lo vea así.
Sí.
¿Está
Okay.
bien?
No, profe, o sea, yo lo entiendo, sino que, o sea, a veces pues también me siento bajo mucha presión porque los demás compañeros no están, o sea, no los veo conmigo trabajando y a veces siento que tengo mucha presión, o sea, porque tengo que hacerlo bien porque solamente estamos los dos, ¿sí me entienden? Entonces a veces siento que tengo mucha presión.
Pero impresión, ¿por qué, Gina?
No sé.
O sea, ¿qué pasa? O sea, mira, te cuento que tú eres una de las estudiantes más brillantes que yo tengo, porque primero que todo está puntual, no ha fallado a ninguna clase, corresponde a lo que le dicen, eh, está dentro de los parámetros que se están siguiendo y pues no hay ningún inconveniente. No te sientas presionada porque en realidad, así como estás tú, están todos. Y el hecho de que no esté nadie, pues bueno, tu trabajo es el que vale, no el de los demás. Y en la instrucción yo dije, si no hay nadie, pues lo haces conmigo. Y pues en cuanto a la evaluación, pues yo te la voy a mandar nuevamente porque ese fue el formato que me enviaron y no, yo tampoco lo pude hacer. ¿Está bien?
Ok, ok, teacher.
Entonces, pues bueno, que tengas buenas tardes.
Bueno, igualmente, profe, muchas gracias por la corrección. Que pase bien, hasta luego.
Bueno, chao.